Okay, when I last left you I just ran upstairs quickly just a matter of a few minutes ago. I blocked this already with a bit of steam. Remember that you cannot iron anything that is acrylic. So with this particular Afghan you can do any size and number of blocks that you want, because when you look at it from a block point of view you can realize that these just really rely on just understanding what to do in between the blocks. So you can have a different size. These are pretty generous size blocks, so you'll have a nice size Afghan. So what I'm gonna teach you now is that we're gonna go around with the border, and you're gonna see how we're gonna jump over the middle sections here, and then every time you get to a corner. So I can teach you effectively how to do a border on this one, because the amount of squares that go across and down don't even matter. So it's just all gonna balance out anyway. So let's begin to do the border of level number 1 of just doing single crochet or double crochets and learning what to do in the middle. So we're gonna start off with green. You should know, if you're looking at the pattern, that the border is actually done with 2 different colors of yarn. So the first color is the same color that matches this. It makes these the final boxes look more bold, and then the final next layer is actually just a really cool concept of just a different color, which is I'll probably pull from the center. So let's start off, and we're gonna go right into the chain 3 space, and we're going to join the yarn. So just take both of the stragglers over and just join it and pull through like so. And I want you to leave the straggler down on top of the line. We're gonna bury that as we go. So, and I want you to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and then double crochet, what's a total of 4 more times into the corner. So whenever we hit a corner it'll always be double crochet 5. The chaining of 3 counts as one of the double crochets. So all we're just gonna do then is that we're just gonna move along the edge. Don't forget the first edge here. Sometimes when there's too much in a corner we miss that first stitch, and leaving that straggler down on top you're just gonna double crochet right over top of it, and just going into each one of the stitches, going all the way across. So that's no big deal. So what we have to do is that we have to just make sure that when we get to the center where blocks are joining, we just have to join it there. Okay, so we have to just jump over slightly. So what I'll do is that I'll meet you at the next join spot where the next square runs into this one. So we're now about ready to run into these spaces here. So we're gonna go double crochet all the way to the final stitch that you see. Now this first chain space on this side is going to get 2 double crochet. That's as hard as it gets, and then we immediately jump to the other chain space on the other side and 2 double crochets, and then we begin again just with 1 double crochet into each stitch going all the way across. So let's get you over to the other corner, and that's all the time that you need to do. Sorry, that's all that you need to do for this particular going across. When we do the next size or the next layer up, we're just gonna double crochet as normal, and we don't even have to worry about that because we're filling in the spaces as we go right now. So continue to do that, and I'll see you on the next corner. So you will have gone more squares obviously across than I did, so you just know how to handle the middles. Now when you hit back to the outside of a corner again, you're going to just make sure that you put in 5 double crochets in the chain 3 space. So just on this is the next corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and just turn your work and continue down the next side. And again, where you need to jump over, just make sure you put in 2 double crochets in the spaces right before the join, 2 double crochets into the one after the join, and continue to double crochet. I'll see you at the end of this revolution where we'll just fasten off, and then we'll join our last color in order to go completely around your Afghan. As you get all the way back around, you're just going to go into each one of the the stitches as you go, and then you're just gonna join to the top of the beginning chain 3. So this is where you're going to split. You're going to stop your yarn. If you would like to continue using the same color, that's completely your business. So we're gonna just bring back one color, but I want to show you something on the pattern which I'll just tell you about. So the middle one here, okay, so if we pull it up, it's the middle color here is what is on the pattern suggesting for the final round. I was thinking how are you gonna tie it in, and I looked at the pattern and that's the colors that they pulled was from that particular round. And I think for this particular case as well, I think it's pretty accurate. So I'm just weaving in my ends as I go so that it's out of my way, and we're going to begin our next one. So I'm going to bring back the darker color, and I want to start 2 stitches before I get to a corner. So the corners this time, there's going to be 5. So remember, this chain 3 counts as one of the double crochets. So the middle one here is the new corner. So I want you to start exactly where you stopped and join on your yarn just like I've shown you before. I want you to make sure you go right into a stitch and not a not a space at all, or it will not look right. And I want you to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and then your next one is just one double crochet by itself, and then the next one is the middle one of the group of 5, and that one is going to have 5 double crochets in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is your new corner, and then you just carry right on to the next stitch and continue to go around. So whenever you get to the corner, the middle one of the group of 5 is going to be your new corner. So what I want you to do, go all the way around. We'll meet you back up. Let's fasten off, and then let's wrap this tutorial up for today. And this is kind of vintage sunflower Afghan as well as the city Solarium Throw. So I'll see you at the end of this revolution. Coming up all the way back around, this is it. This is the final, and just making sure everything is lining up perfectly. Let's just join it to the top of the beginning chain 3 that we started with, just like there, and then you just fasten off, weave in your ends, and then you're good to go, and you got a brand new Afghan that you can enjoy. So what I've been doing here is that what we have is the bottom side that is facing up. I would actually take my darning needle and finish this off, and then this is the front side of your Afghan, just like so.